I was thinking before I came here about some of the top tips for startup companies when they're going to do global marketing. Some of the things that I've learned over the years startup companies need to know, especially Korean startups need to know before they do global marketing. So here are my 5 top tips for Korean companies that are about to start going to the global market. Number 1, ads are not a marketing plan. Companies come to me all the time, and when I ask them, what is your marketing plan for overseas? They say Facebook ads. Well, unfortunately, Facebook ads alone aren't going to do it. That's very expensive, first of all. And second of all, you're not going to reach the audience that you need. To really make your product effective, you have to build shareability and virality into the product from the start. You need to give people a reason to talk about it. And you need to have an overall plan that covers media and influencers and all the other channels that you could reach out through, not just Facebook ads. My second piece of marketing advice for companies that are going global: go local first. Really understand your home market and get some traction and success here in Korea first, because you don't know any other market nearly as well as you know Korea. You don't have networks anywhere else like you do here in Korea. So I strongly recommend that companies get established here first and then build on what they've done here in order to go global. Number 3, Korean marketing is not copy and paste. So if you've done something that's successful here, it may work in another market, but every place is unique. And I think it's important that not only do you try different things in different markets, I think it's important that the CEO of the company actually go to the new place and put boots on the ground, learn about that market, and see what the opportunities are. See what you need to change about your product, about your marketing, about whatever it is in order to be successful in that market. Number 4, a lot of startup founders in Korea come from successful careers at daegyeop, at the big conglomerates. And it's hard for them to make that transition. So my 4th piece of advice is, remember, you're not at Samsung anymore. Samsung could put out a press release about what Lee Jae-yong had for lunch, and the media would write about it. But if you've got a small startup, you're not a $1 trillion company. You're not moving the economy with everything you do. So nobody cares. They don't know your brand at all. You have to establish your brand. You have to latch on to big media trends. You have to latch on to other news stories, and you have to give people value. And that's what's really important to remember. You can't just expect to throw a press release out and have the media catch it and do something with it. My 5th and final piece of advice for startups doing global marketing: listen first and then talk. So it's really important to get to know your customers. It's really important to know what they're talking about, what they care about, and what they value, especially for something like content marketing. In my business, marketing, there are so many listicles about, hey, the top 5 things that startups need to know for marketing. Well, maybe that's not what people actually want. Maybe it's not specific enough to Korean startups, for example. So I think it's incredibly important that before you go out and do marketing, before you invade someone's community or privacy, you go and listen to them a bit first, find out what they need, and then give back to them something of value.